Welcome to Bliss Connect, connecting the healthcare world one care community at a time. To log in, go to mybliss.health. A simple way of finding this is just dragging this down and making a bookmark so you can always come to this page and log in. To log in, you're going to use your username or your email that you used to register, your password that's given to you in your email registration or that you chose. And if you forgot your password, select here saying you forgot your password and it'll email you a new password to your registered email. You then log in to be brought to the main screen. When you come to your main dashboard, there's three main widgets. Care Community, which lists all your active care recipients. Meeting Room, which shows all the active and upcoming video meetings. And the Care Feed, which is the secure communication between you, your care recipients, and their providers in the care communities. To have a quick call between you and one of your care recipients, you simply click on the video icon here, and it'll bring you into your video session. If you note here, it's not going to bring me into the video session because my video camera is being blocked by my browser. This happens sometimes, so you're just going to want to come here, say always allow, done, refresh your screen, and from then on, the browser will recognize that this is a secure website that will allow you to access your video camera. You should only have to do that once. I can turn off my video or turn on my video. I can mute. I can turn off my speakers. I can change my settings as far as which video camera I want to use. If I've got multiple video cameras or multiple microphones. I can even share my screen if I've got multiple people on the call and I want them to see what I'm working on. I could pick the screen. It'll first ask you to download the extension on your browser that will enable this screen sharing, but once that's been done once, you just come here and say share my screen. On top though, I can invite more people into this conference between me and this care recipient. By pressing the plus button, I can invite other members of her care community. I can invite other members of my care network. Or I can invite externally by sending out an email to someone to quickly register and join this conference. I can further pop this out and keep working on something else. So here I can pop out this window. The video call will continue here, and I can keep working on stuff that I might be working on in the EMR or something else that's going on with this care recipient. When I'm done with the meeting, I simply exit the meeting, and then I'm brought back to my dashboard. Each one of these widgets expands for more features by clicking on the top bar. So here, Care Community, the Meeting Room. I can now see my upcoming and my past, or the Care Message Feed where I could start inputting more messages or searching and seeing who wrote about whom and get more details. The plus button adds, so I can add members into my care network by pressing the plus button. Or I could come back to the main dashboard clicking on the logo. I could set up a meeting to occur in the future or to occur now by inviting people regarding any of one of my care recipients. Or I can add messages into the care feed by pressing the plus button. In the meeting room icons here, you'll see that I've been invited to some meetings. I still need to accept the invitation or reject the invitation. If I accept the invitation, it'll let me know that this meeting's ready for me to join. If there's any attachments, I could view the attachments. Clicking here, I can see who's been invited by coming to the information button. I can see if there's any comments about this meeting. I can move the meeting as marked as complete, or if I set up the meeting, I can edit the meeting details or delete the meeting. In which case, it'll send it out to the people invited that the meeting's been rescheduled or canceled. When it's time to join the meeting, I click the Join Meeting button here and it brings me back into the video call, but at that time it'll bring me back in the video call with all the people who've been invited who've also joined. In which case you can still invite more people on the fly by using the same buttons here which I showed you to add someone else into the meeting. To type messages into the care feed, you can either reply to one that's already in existence, or you can come to the plus button and start typing in a message. It's going to first ask you who's the message regarding, what care recipient. So I can say it's going to be regarding anyone that I've got, maybe Mary or Marty. I could type anything here I want to type with a rich text editor. And then I've got options, and the options are, by default, this will send it out to all members of Marty's Care community, which is the default setting. If you want that to not be the case, you can say I want to send it to just Marty, or a specific member of Marty's community, or I want to send it to everyone except Marty, so I can exclude him from the list of the messages that go out. I can mark it with a clinical tag or an urgent tag or follow up as needed. I can optionally send an alert to the people in the care community or whoever it's being sent to via text or email to let them know that there's a pending message for them in the system. I go next. On next, I could either record an audio message to go into my care feed, a video message to go into my care feed, or I could start a snapshot. Click here to take the snapshot. Click here to start recording a video. Remember, if it's blocking your camera, to enable that once and it won't block that anymore. If I need to change my audio or video settings, maybe I want to use a laptop and it has two cameras, I can pick which camera or which microphones it's coming from. I can upload documents. Documents are easily seen on the web if they're PDF, JPEG, audio, or video. If you upload something, a Word document, you would have to download it to view it. On the app, usually you can view most things that have been uploaded. In my documents, there'll be a list here if there's any already uploaded documents that I could use to make my case and share that document, or I can upload new documents by selecting Upload Documents and selecting Drag and Drop here to put those documents, uploading them, and then going through and posting a comment. When you post a comment, any of the tags will be seen up here. Your message, if there's any videos, will be seen here as well. And again, depending on who you send it to, depends on who it goes out to. That brings me to an important topic of care community. So each care recipient is surrounded by their care community, which might be volunteers, clinical staff, support staff, family members. They make up that person's care community. All of the providers surrounding the care recipients and the care recipients themselves, so all of your care communities, when put together, make up your care network. If you're sending out messages to care communities, the only people who receive them are people who have been assigned prior into video meetings with or about that care recipient. So any of the people you've set up in your care network or from external and invited them into a video meeting about that care recipient, they'll become members of that care recipient's care community. So when you're sending out a message to the care community, it'll be just those members of the care community who receive those messages. Make sure that these emails are not coming to your spam or junk folder. This is an example of Gmail where it's moved these to spam, in which case you're going to be missing any of the video meeting emails alerts that let you know that you've been invited to a video meeting or rescheduled events or canceled events. Also, when you register, that email should pretty much immediately come to your email to let you know your username, password, and details for accessing the system. If someone doesn't get that pretty immediately, I would check their spam or junk folder, make sure they enable that these emails then come through. You can do that, for example, here in Gmail again, by selecting here saying it's not spam, turning off the spam icon is another option, or setting up your folder configurations to allow this to come through always. But once you say it's not spam, anything from these email addresses will come through, so you can get your alerts about video meetings that are scheduled. Once again, to build up your care network, you press the plus button here to do so. To set up meetings, you can come here, do a quick meeting here, or get messages going in the care feed. Any questions, please contact through email support@bliss.health, and we hope you enjoy using Bliss Connect.